Coming to you with a takeover episode. This is Very DeSuvero.
And Jenny Marie Stryker.
And we're the Anchorage Urban Fellows, and we are doing the 49 SAF Spotlight Series.
The Spotlight Series is a number of shorter podcasts where we are getting the chance to talk to a number of local entrepreneurs and our favorite business owners from a variety of types of businesses. We're going to learn about their personal stories of success and how they built their businesses in Anchorage and hopefully inspire all you budding entrepreneurs out there.
So we started with the food industry, the most delicious of industries, and we spoke with Jose from Pangea, which is an amazing restaurant right down the street. And we talked to him about his life, his failures, and how he sort of made them into successes. So we really hope that you enjoy this conversation. We really did.
And before you take a listen, we do want to plug a 49 staff survey. We want to hear your input of how the 49th State Angel Fund is doing. What can we do better? What do you want to see from us? How should we get involved? Let us know what you think so we can improve our program.
So we're actually going to link to that in our podcast description, but also you can find it for the more technologically savvy on our website homepage, which is 49saf.com. It would be really helpful. It's a really short survey, and we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, let us know what you think, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. So, to start us off, hi, happy Saturday morning for anybody who's listening to this. I'm Jenny Marie, and this is...
I'm Very.
And we're here with Jose from Pangea. And Jose, can you introduce yourself and tell us your name and what you do at Pangea and where you guys are at down the block?
My name is Jose Martignon, co-owner and general manager for Pangea Restaurant and Lounge. It's a new restaurant located in 508 West 6th Avenue. The name Pangea comes from the supercontinent before a split, so it means unity and diversity.
So what brought you to Alaska and what drew you to the food industry?
Well, I came here, I believe was 86, 87. I was trying to go to college, and my family's been in the food and beverage industry since I was young in Mexico. But I was born here and was taken back to Mexico when I was 2 years old. So I came back here to United States when I was 19, and I was trying to go to San Diego State University. Came to Anchorage, Alaska to go fishing boat and make a lot of money, save for college. Then I find out that this city was amazing. It was different, a new city. You can count the fine dining establishments of probably 5 restaurants. The restaurant industry was growing. And I got a very good job because of my experience. I started working at the Hilton Hotel and worked at a restaurant called Top of the World, which was fantastic, along with competing with the Crossness restaurant. And there were 5 top restaurants that they competed in fine dining. So at some point it was a captive market for the tourism industry. So at a young age I was able to start making good money at my age and started saving and helping my family, my mother, single mother in Mexico, and my sisters. My parents separated, so I had the need to work. I had to work really, and I had to, change my goals. But luckily, the Hilton got a program where you can work and go to school through the Hotel and Motel Association of America, and I started taking classes on hotel management and restaurants. So it was a very good thing for me, working, making money, and getting educated. So I did a trade with the University of Alaska, where students will come in and do an internship in the restaurant and how to work in the restaurant business, and I will go and take cooking classes. So from that on, I guess I worked at the Hilton for 13 years. Then I moved to another restaurant that I really liked the food. It was called Saks Cafe, which was very advanced at that time for food, bringing new concepts and new styles in food. Now, this food that I'm talking about is something that's been there for years. It's just food from all over the world, from different countries, just bringing flavors and styles, just like people. And I become a business partner of Saks Cafe. Saks Cafe moved up and opened on a different location, and I worked there for 15 years as well. Also, I moved to Florida, and in Florida, I got very good friends, and I want to challenge myself to the industry to see how good is Anchorage and food and where do we go. So I kind of did a 2-year internship in restaurants in Florida, working in Italian restaurants, but 3 different restaurants, fine dining, Italian, Asian cuisine, experimenting with various chefs, just studying and working as well. I was working in Florida and I got a phone call from my former partner, Joan Asher. She called me back and she asked me to come back to the restaurant to, give a little help and see where things was going. So I came back for just a year to make sure things were straight, and 15 years later, here I am.
Classic Alaska.
With another restaurant, Alaska pulled me back into the business, and here I am. We open up another restaurant and doing that. That's how we come back.
I feel like that's a classic story. We've heard, at least Barry and I, having just moved here, we keep meeting people who are like, well, I came here for 1 year or 2 years, and it's been 25, and my family lives here. What do you think it is that makes people want to stay, and what made you want to stay, going from Florida and sunshine to back in Alaska, and originally to Alaska? What made you fall in love with it? What's that thing?
Well, first of all, is the opportunity to make money. To make money and save money. And of course, summertime is a pristine scenery and the beauty of Alaska, the peace of Alaska, the way of life. In Alaska, in Anchorage, I can run 5 errands within in an hour or 2 hours. If I were living in a city like Miami, it would take me a week to run those 5 things in a minute.
Yeah.
So that's also the lifestyle. Most of my friends and family come here, they say it seems calm. Every time we're here, we're calm, and it seems that the way of life is more peaceful. So, well, in a way it is. In a way it is because of the amount of people, the amount of traffic and everything that we have here. So when you look at those things, the quality of life, I believe, here is healthier than some other cities for me.
Yeah. You mentioned pro-business. What are the specific challenges that you came up against? Just all the laws that you have to go through? There's no navigation way to go through it. How'd you figure it out, and what are those challenges?
Well, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge to open up a restaurant in downtown. Stumped with a lot of issues that we had to deal with, city codes and bureaucracy, but we managed to stand out, to create a different style of food.
So, in terms of figuring out how to navigate all of these different codes and applications and stuff, did you find that there were resources that were out there, or did you rely mostly on your background and your expertise?
I rely more on my background, expertise, and help of other business owners.
How do you find business owners help? Like, if you're just starting out, was your 30-year career before this helpful for finding those other business owners? How do you navigate that?
Absolutely. A lot of business, they seem to compete and have the challenge. I'm better than you, the other business is better than the other one. But we don't have that motto. We think progressively, we think differently. We think like everybody should help each other and have a community of business. In the industry, for example, the food and beverage industry, we should help each other to find out and overcome these obstacles. And thankfully, with 30 years of experience and knowing a lot of people, I was able to contact the individuals that really helped me and make me go through this process.
Do you feel that the investment opportunities are based very much on who you know, or are there standard procedures for people starting smaller businesses that you found were helpful?
Well, you had to get educated, you had to have history, and you had to put your time in. And this time, it's 32 years in the industry, so that's why people come to me, because they see what you have done in the past, and you have the record or reputation of being personal integrity and create jobs, work hard, and do a good service. So that's what people come to you. Now, I've seen people opening restaurants and business, investing their money in getting people together without a structured plan, without vision, without experience. And I've seen those places fail and close. And that happens a lot in the restaurant business. I was not planning to open up a restaurant. The restaurants called me, and people called me to do a restaurant because of the experience. So I had the opportunity to have people want to invest money with the knowledge that I have and to bring something different along with chefs. They want to associate with me and get together and do something because we love food and we love the industry and we're making money at it. So the whole goal is to create something that is different and be successful and make money like some other restaurants here in town. The people that come to me is not just from you know from one day to another. You has to people have studied and planned, and I studied them as well. And someone can invest me, I'm just not gonna say yes because they had the money. That doesn't really matter. If they had the money, it's who you invest with, and you gotta do your research as well. So I think that to open up a business in Anchorage, you do have to have that little bit of homework to do, and especially be study study the market, and study what are you gonna do. So I invested a lot of money, and I trusted a good friend with the business, and unfortunately, he changed, and he didn't have the knowledge and the ability to manage the restaurant, so we failed. We failed, and we lost a lot of money, and we learned from that experience. So my business partners have similar experiences with their business, open up business restaurants with a lot of money, with people that want to just invest money, put money, do money, and they fail again because they didn't have that knowledge and dedication to it. So it's quite a few failures to do something together. So we learn from those failures and we won't make it again. So we try not to make it again, and that's why we try to create a Pangea. It's not just started from an idea that came up yesterday, so it's been actually in the works for quite a while. In fact, the food that we are presenting here was daring to do. This food has been done for years. So for us to bring a different concepts of style on food is now easier that people understand with TV and ethnic restaurants and more knowledge of people in growing. So that made it easy, but it hasn't been. It didn't start it yesterday. It's something that's probably in the works for 10 years.
When you talk about blending food and people and the diversity of food that Pangea offers, how does that, do you find customers really excited about that? Do you see like the light in their eyes light up the same way it does for you? Yeah, what's that magic like of bringing so many types of food together?
So all that diverse of food and styles, that makes it fun for us to see people that come in and try that. In some dishes we had to adapt to the city. Of course, so we have chefs that are from Puerto Rico, a guy comes from Cuba, a guy comes from India, and then we'll talk about how do they do their things, how they challenge, how they interact, and that's why we put the dish, and we decide, say, let's do this taco this way, and that's how we present it. So I'm very happy to do that. So people come in and goes, what is a shawarma? So well, think of a Middle Eastern taco. And they put their mindset and goes, oh yeah, and how you eat it? So well, how you eat a taco? And that's it, with your hands. And that's the beauty of it. And we're not trying to educate people. We're just trying to show them what's out there and how food can be fun.
What's next for you all? How do you want to continue to grow and learn together?
But that's it. Pangea, it's the concept is to bring to the table creativity and diversity all the time. It makes it fun. It makes it challenging, and to establish a place where people know they can come in Pangea and enjoy local products in a nice atmosphere, nice setting, and be able to try into different flavors.
Well, my final question is a classic on this podcast is we ask what your favorite song of the week is. So I don't know if there's anything at the top of your mind. I know that Pangea has an awesome playlist because when I was there, I was very impressed by your music taste. So one is what's your favorite song? And two, when I come there next, what should I order?
Well, the music is Pangea. We have so much different stuff. Everybody comes in, and I'm so freely with the music that I let them play what they want. And so every day I come in and different, all kinds of different music, and I ask who set the station, and I look at the individual and I ask them why, and because and then they give me an opinion on why they like it and why, and that makes it fun. Because okay, so I try to understand each individual's mind and mood, and that's probably my favorite song, their song. Like, okay, of the
Whatever
week.
my employees are playing.
All right.
That's a good answer.
But I had to respect the guest, and we have the standard stations. And what you should try next time you go to Pangea? Well, we have more challenges with the special of the day. That's what we recommend. The daily special, that's probably the most fun thing. That's what we play with.
If we want to find you, if listeners want to find you, is there a website or should they just stop by?
What's your address? What's your plug?
PangeaRestaurantLounge.com, and we have a website. In the website, and you can just call the restaurant, 508 West 6th Avenue, Pangea Restaurant, 222-3949. We're there.
Awesome. And pick us up on City Hall on your way. Well, thank you so much, Jose.
Thank you. This has been amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.